ASG radio, turn your shit on. I'm pissed off. Blick on me, don't get your diss on. If he get out his body, that'll get him picked off. So elevate from it and watch him lift off. Pop my shit, yeah, pop my shit. I pop my shit, yeah, pop my shit. I pop my shit, yeah, pop my shit. I pop my shit, yeah, pop my shit, yeah.
Welcome to ASG Radio. I'm your host, June. Before we get into this interview and I introduce my guest, I want y'all to know that this particular interview, along with the rest of my interviews going forward, will be uploaded on the Hank Nation TV channel. If you haven't subscribed already, go to Hank Nation TV, subscribe, check out all the content that we got on there. And these exclusive interviews will be dropped on there going forward. ASG Radio channel is still intact. The show that we do will usually be on ASG Radio channel as well, but these interviews going forward will be dropped on the Hank Nation channel. Thank you. And my guest is the one and only from Sag Nasty.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
What's up, Joe? Man, it's been a while.
Man, don't act like that, man. We talk every day, man. Stop it.
Hey, man. But as far as being in front of this camera and shit, it has been a little while, man.
It's been a while, man. You stepped away from the camera and media and battle rap as a whole, man. We're going to get into that, too. So the biggest thing is, how long has it been since you battled?
It's going on about a year and a half now.
Been a year and a half. Now, usually people step away. It might be a few months, but you've taken off a year and a half, and it doesn't look like you're looking back to battle anytime soon. Am I correct?
Yeah. I would never say, especially with battle rap. Battle rap is nothing you really retire from. So I would never say that, you know what I'm saying, I'm completely done and I will never battle again. But I don't know, man. Just been, enjoying just living a regular life, man. But who knows? I might come back someday if the opportunity presents itself and it's something I'm interested in. But I'm just enjoying the day-to-day life right now.
Yeah, you still a fan though, right?
Oh yeah, still a huge fan. Still one of the biggest critics. Yeah, man. I'll always be a part of battle rap just as a fan, just because just rap and music has just always been a part of my life. But being an active battler, it can get taxing. That's the part of battle rap that, as a consumer, you don't see. Just us as battle rappers, what we deal with behind the scenes, just it affects our everyday lives, man.
Okay, so we're gonna jump right into it. So what's the biggest issue for you when it comes to battling? Like, the stuff that we don't see. I mean, you don't have to, if it's something bad about somebody, you don't have to throw anybody under the bus or anything like that, but just is there a specific element of getting prepared for a battle or scheduling a battle? What is it that makes it rougher that we the fans don't see?
It's really the business part of it, and just mental burnout. It's mental and emotional burnout. It's like when a battle gets booked, it's like you have to prepare for this battle 2-3 months ahead of time, but your everyday life does not stop. You still have to pay these bills. You still have to take care of children, family. Like, your everyday lives, it remains the same. But I think for me, my biggest frustration was kind of the business part of it. A lot of my contemporaries didn't really take it as serious as I did. I feel like they taken things for granted. And it was just at a certain point, I was just like, man, just what am I doing? This is like, there were a lot of battles that were on the table that didn't happen. There were many things that were promised me that didn't happen, and it was just like I'm expounding all this time and energy to prepare for X, Y, and Z, and then it doesn't happen, and it's just like, man, it's just months of time just wasted. You know what I'm saying? Then it adds up when you think like, yo, well, I was able to put my energy elsewhere once I stepped back, and as soon as I did that, I'm a homeowner now, and I'm doing so many things and accomplishing so many things that I wasn't able to do because a big part of my energy went into that.
Yeah, congratulations on being a homeowner, man. That's
Appreciate it.
a big accomplishment. That's pretty dope. Yeah, I mean, I think battle rap. Anytime you have to be be creative or be in a creative zone and memorize and work on something and compete, it's very consuming, time consuming. And so I can imagine how someone could get burned out. Um,
Yeah.
but of all the bad things, what was the best thing about battle rap for you?
Um,
What do you miss? What does Clev miss when it comes to battle rap?
it's first of all, it's the crowd reaction. Um, I always say the the first time you get a crowd of people to react to something that you crafted, that you wrote, that feeling is almost like a drug. And then once you experience that high for the very first time, you will never stop chasing it after that.
So what was the your battle with the biggest reaction? Well, if you can go back to a battle, which battle did you feel like, oh man, this is it right here?
Um, I feel like right out the gate when I battled Rex, that was both of our very first battles.
Long live Rex.
Long live Rex, man. Long live the God. We were nobodies. We went into that building. Neither one of us were known in NBR at all. And I came out the gate, first big crowd, and the crowd just exploded. And then Rex comes back out the gate, blew the roof off the building, and it was from that moment forward. I was like, yeah, this is it. This is it.
You mentioned Rex, and I said long live Rex. He was a friend of mine as well. Do you think you'd still be battling if Rex was here?
Probably.
I don't think he'd let you quit.
No, 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 absolutely. But it was like I was that after he passed, that's when it really started to not really be fun for me anymore.
Yeah.
Um, I believe my very first battle after he passed is when I went to Miami and I was on Bonds first,
Right.
and I and it was a beautiful experience. And I got to see the ocean for the first time. It was an experience that I will never forget. And I am so thankful for having that experience. That was my first time getting properly booked for a battle, as far as getting paid for the battle, getting flown out for the battle. So that was my first time having the battle rapper experience that I would call. And it was like, man, it just didn't feel right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the more and more that I battled afterwards, Mitch, Chili, doing the RBE shit in Philly, it was I never was able to shake that feeling.
Right. What's crazy about Rex is like I used to get like I'm cool with a lot of the local other Detroit battle rappers in the battle rap scene, Alpha League, like you know friends, and I've had people hit me up and say, "Hey, listen to this round," right?
Right.
When Rex hit me up and said, "Hey, man, I need you to listen to this round," it was like, "Why me?" Now the thing is, I'm cool with a lot of people from Detroit in the battle rap scene, so I can understand that. But I barely knew Rex. But Rex was like, "Hey, I want you to hear this round." It was the round he wrote for Quantum Physics.
He was going to catch hell that night if that battle happened.
I listened to that round like, golly, Rick, you not playing. Like, that round was crazy. Like, I said, you're battling like your life depends on this battle, and that's the way you're supposed to. I said, man, I wouldn't change a thing. Not that I would tell anybody to change something or my word means anything, but I was like, man, that round is perfect. Like it
Oh
was
yeah,
it was tailored. Like he had it, he did it, he punched, he schemed, the wordplay. Rex was going in that round, and I hate that he didn't get a chance to battle. And that whole COVID thing, man, it's just man, fuck COVID, bro.
hey man, that was a rough time.
It was, man, it was, and his departure was out of left field. Didn't see it coming. It's just a bad time. But we're gonna get off of that because it's as much as I love to talk about Rex, it's depressing, and we're gonna keep his. He wouldn't want us to sit here and sulk. So
Absolutely not.
nah, he was a cool guy. He's a beautiful spirit. Your last battle was scheduled versus Joey Linwood.
That is correct. That's correct.
And he's on I-96 and he's been battling ever since. Do you ever look and see what's going on in battle rap right now? Is you ever sit back and think I can fuck these guys up. They still can't fuck. Do you think like that, or do you think, is the competitive edge still there? Do you see a battle and be like, I would have said this, or I can beat, they can't fuck with me? Do you feel that way?
You know me, June. You know that my competitive spirit never wanes, whether if I'm active
I
or
know
not.
that, but I want to tell it to the people. I talk to you every day. Like,
Yeah, I still. There were so many battles that never happened. I still have all the material, and because I'm the type to where if a battle doesn't happen, I just keep the material. I know a lot of people would take like a universal punchline out of this round to put it in like their actual next battle that they do. I just keep everything, and
you got it all right. It's still on lock, dude.
Oh yeah, it is, the clips are still there. The clips are still there, and everybody knows who they are. As far as like everybody that was slated to battle me that didn't happen.
I know who they are too. I know
Yeah.
a couple of we mentioned the Joey Linwood, but I'm not gonna say anybody else's name because I don't want nobody to think, oh, he's hating because we're doing this. You know how they
just know that the clips are well kept.
Yeah, I know you had some things going on. Like one of the things I noticed about you, man, like you would you took Tay-Rax on 24-hour notice. I don't know what the fuck you thought you were doing.
That was the dumbest decision.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
But
I've only made 2 mistakes in my career.
I loved your courage, and when you took that battle, I said, "Damn, Klever is a warrior," and I'm like, "Damn, I wouldn't do that." But
yeah, no.
and Tay-Rax was prepared. It was like he did some changing up a little bit, but he was in full Tay-Rax mode. Like,
but the way I had looked at it, it was like, I'm 2 battles in. I'm still relatively new, and that was an opportunity to get just a battle in front of a new crowd. That was my first time battling in Detroit.
But you know now.
Oh yeah, no.
If we were like, like we are now, to be like, you don't take a battle with 2 days notice. I don't care.
Yeah, no. Like I said, Joe, I've only made 2 mistakes in my battle rap career. That was taking Tay-Rax on 24-hour notice and taking Zeke at 72-hour notice. Only 2 mistakes I've ever made in my career.
That was a 72-hour notice versus Zeke?
Yep.
Oh, wow. You don't do that, bro. No.
But it was It was now with the Zeke battle, it was kind of different because you remember he was supposed to battle Blackface, and then
Yeah,
it was announced it wasn't going to happen. And if you remember, at this time, me and Zeke was going back and forth just on social media for like months,
yeah.
and
Well,
I looked at
you remember why, right?
yeah,
You
and
went on a campaign and a rant, and I think you said some of it in the Skull battle, where you was calling Mitch, you called Zeke out.
well, you got to remember the skull battle happened after I battled Zeke. That was like a
No,
year
that was Mitch.
later.
That was Mitch you called out then, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. But you were on a campaign before that calling everybody out.
And then I looked at it as I'm still not really at a point in my career at that time to where I can expect to battle a name because Zeke's always been up there. And I was just like, yo, I may never get this opportunity to where he say, okay, I will battle you.
I'm,
So
I'm,
it was kind of a now or never thing for me.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Present day, Zeke is in a whole different bag. Um, he is actually writing.
Yeah,
And you
it
can see the
shows.
difference. Yeah, you can see the difference. Instead of putting the bars in his head, he's actually writing, and he's coming up with more creative stuff, and he's it's a different. Would you battle him again if the opportunity presented itself with the proper?
Oh, of course, absolutely. It would
So
have to be three. It would have to be 3 rounds though.
now you see that Zeke, you can get him back outside if you want. Now, you know what I'm saying?
It would have to be three because I let him off the hook that first time. I had him.
Now, what if there was a situation where, and I hate to say it, but I-96 is like the hottest thing going on right now as far as group wise. I
Oh yeah,
mean,
they are.
you still got battle rap groups, but as far as as far as traction right now within, especially I'm talking about within NBR, you hear a lot of I-96 because of the things they're doing. They just had a phenomenal card. They just had 3 battles that they dropped back to back to back, and everything is like over 1,000
Yep.
views. Even I think Zeke and Mac Myron is close to 10,000 views
10,000. No, I
every day.
said I was there. I was in the building. That was my first battle rap
Bird,
event in over a year.
yeah, Bird versus Coffee is at almost 6,000 in 2 days. I mean, would you join I-96 or would you continue with what you was doing if you was to come back? If the opposite to, I'm not saying they want you. I'm just saying as far as joining the clique, would you fire up the U7 thing or would you join someone like I-96 if the opportunity presented itself?
Me personally, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I see where the benefit is for a lot of the people that did join. But I was the type of person, even when I joined WWF in the beginning of my career, I was always in a mindset of I was the type of talent to where I needed to spearhead my own thing. And I did that with U7.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. You mentioned WWF, and I forgot. Face and Double O will not let you join I-96. That is the
Neither would Bird.
nah. That is not happening. Like no.
Nah.
Let's.
Shout out to them though. They're doing their thing.
How did it come to pass with you and WWF? Like how did you become part of WWF?
Well, it was kind of weird because when we did GN3, it was kind of everybody was already kind of a part of their own thing. Rex got picked up by the mutants the day of that battle. You already had Cap and Snow was already JBF, and it was just kind of like, well, where do I fall into all of this? And Blackface actually was the one that originally approached me because you remember he hosted that battle, and he seen something in me as far as just my talent. Like he knew that I had something, and it was just kind of a point to where I felt like, I guess that at the time I felt like that was the thing. Like you had to be a part of a group in NBR, because it was a
Nah,
lot.
it's
But
not.
you have to remember at this time we had JBF, Mutants, RMG. There were a lot of that. That's
But
just
let me
Flint.
tell you. Let me tell you now. You do not have to be a part of a group, but it was
Well,
one
I
of the
know that
things.
now.
It was one of the things when Flint jumped on the scene. Like Flint been on the scene. I'm not gonna
Right.
credit what the people in the past and Flint done, but when Bloody Scene jumped on the scene, it was like you belonged to a clique if you rap. Like there was RMG, there was shit, JBF. Everybody and shit was dope to me. I don't have nothing against Cruz or anything like that. Hold on a second. Pardon me. But I have nothing against Cruz at all. But it was the thing to do when Flint was just starting to get on the scene and starting to bloom. So it was one of those things like Detroit, they have their crews, but you had a lot of people that were kind of not in a crew. It's like you had to be selected by a crew when
Right.
it's a little bit more different, where you just couldn't be a top gunner. You just couldn't get into zoo faculty. You people asked, but it just wasn't readily available in this. And like I said, the crews weren't that numerous in Detroit. Like I just named two, and those like I can't name any other ones in Detroit. That's really
Well, wasn't Tab in Detroit?
yeah. But when have the last time you heard anybody holler Tab?
Good point.
Jack Boy and Chuck and Clax were in Tab. E-Real was in Tab. They don't have
Right.
Tab no more. They Zoo faculty. Used to have FYCC. You used to have CCS.
Yep.
You don't hear any of them talking like that. So as of recent, you know what I'm saying? Like even when the Flint scene was getting on and getting more relevant, not to no pun intended at all. When they started to make their mark, you had to be in something. Now think about it. Through all that, Zeke and Mitch weren't in a squad
Yeah.
that whole time. This I-96 stuff just started. It's relatively new. They were, Zeke and Mitch, they were brothers. So, they were hand in hand. They weren't going to battle each other. But you knew they were close. But they never claimed a click. Mitch was unguardable. But
Yeah.
other than that, I don't think Zeke claimed anything. And then now you have them in 996, and I think it's dope what they're doing. So, but usually I know there's people that want to be a part of what they're doing. So that's why I asked you that question.
Okay. I feel you.
So, do you we saw you at the last event. You popped out for a minute.
Yeah,
Even,
man. A little something
even
slight.
got even got you in the footage versus Bird versus Coffee.
Yes. Yes.
You couldn't have missed that battle. What do you think about that battle overall?
Um, I'm glad Bird is finally getting the acknowledgement and the flowers that she was supposed to get like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I see that there's there's a new list. I'm glad I'm not a part of those things anymore. And to see Bird be at the top, it just felt right. It felt justified. It felt like, okay, finally.
Bird,
And
man.
man, and looking back at the footage, it's not close.
Bird was cooking, man.
So I'm really proud of Bird,
There
and
was a.
she's.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying I'm really proud of Bird, and she's just finally get the recognition, just as a top battle rapper that she's always been.
Yeah, I'm proud of Bird as well. And the crazy thing is, she had a bar that I think that got so slept on that is so cold to me. When she said, "I'm gonna mail you this. I don't care where you go. I'm gonna mail you this ass whooping. Where's Stamp at?" Now, if you don't know,
Yeah.
Kobe
Oh.
battled Miss Miami, and they got into it. And the famous phrase where Miss Miami was going, "Where's Stamp at?"
Stamp that.
Slept on that, and I thought that was crazy.
Crazy.
No reaction to it, very little reaction to it, but it was like, that was dope. Like, if you knew that situation, you understood that bar. So I know you missed that kind of shit there.
Yeah, no, because those are the moments that I live for. Because I even remember how she ended it with the even Kevin Durant got hurt in a warm up. Like it was just like,
It was
come
overkill at
on,
that point.
man.
It was overkill at that point. Like, she,
I live for the moments, and it's like
but
I miss being a fan.
if you think about it, she started off her round saying that she was mad because
Because she caught her
interrupted
warm
the
up.
warm-up battle, and she went back. This is at the end of her round where she was like, even Kevin Durant get hurt in the warm-up. Now that's how you do shit. Like,
That's how you ride around.
that's how you tailor around. Like, that round was crafted. Shout out to Bird. Um, when you Did you ever feel like you crafted around? Like, I say rounds are written. Some rounds are written, some rounds are crafted. You feel like you tailor made a round for somebody?
Oh yeah, all the time. My third round against JBF Capo was definitely tailor made. I think that was my first, I would say, signature moment as a battle rapper.
Okay.
Because I took real life situations and put that in that round. To
Your
me,
your third in Miami. Your third.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought about that, like, yeah, you that was a tailor made round.
Oh yeah, but those are. I feel like that's when I'm at my best. When I'm drawing just from just life. It's just magic happens.
Well, for a minute, in my opinion, and I want to know if you've seen it the same way. For a minute, it seemed like Michigan battle rap was just was dying in a sense. Like, you did have Bar Wars. Bar Wars uh, was still doing their thing. Alpha had slowed down a little bit. And for me, you can't have NBR and Detroit battle rap without Alpha events.
Yeah,
Denise was doing her thing, but it's a lot of stuff that goes along with the people and Denise. Like, she doesn't get the support that she should get.
yeah. Shout out to Denise for doing her thing, man. And
Yeah, shout out
still
to Denise. But
coming up with creative ideas for events, and
yeah,
so shout out to her.
but without Alpha, first it was COVID, and then then Dollar stepping away. You got a lot of battle rappers that stepping away, and now I'm starting to see a resurgence. What do you see in Michigan battle rap nowadays?
Um, I see hunger again. I was very vocal that I felt like 2021, 2022 was like the worst time for NBR. I felt like it was dying to me. It was almost just completely done.
It wasn't
And
the same. It wasn't the same. And you're talking to somebody that's been following Michigan battle rap since 2011, 2010. It just was not the same.
Yeah, no, it was just people bullshitting rounds, battles not happening, whole events not happening, and then say what you want, but this whole thing that I-96 is doing, it brought it back. They are doing something that I learned and then ended up doing for myself. I-96 is playing the villain role now. Like the
Mhm.
members of I-96 is the hot topic of just saying negative things, but you're the topic of the conversation. That's the whole point. And
Right.
they're using that to their advantage, and it's genius because I did it at a certain point, and it got me battles and looks I probably would have never gotten, you know. But I was always the most opinionated. I was always popping my shit, and that's what I-96 is doing right now, and it brought that hunger back. Now you
Mhm.
having people like KJ saying, "I'm ready to come back outside and shut
Mhm.
some of these people up." Like it's breathing life back to NBR for better or for worse, and whether or not anybody want to acknowledge it, that's just what it is. That's what I see.
Yeah. Um, it was remember, I don't know if you can remember when people said people got in the groups and they make a post and then you see somebody say, "I'll kill you."
Yeah.
That was missing for the longest. Like you didn't see it. And it was like, nobody wants to battle no more. But then, now you're starting to see that again and this, that, and other. So let me ask you this. Was it hard for you to walk away?
Um, at the moment, at the moment when I did, it wasn't. It was just when the Joy Linwood battle didn't happen at that day. Like I say, everybody was there. Like I knew, like I need to step away from this.
Yeah.
But as
I knew you was pretty disappointed that day.
yeah,
He was pretty disappointed today, and
because
I thought it was just frustration when you was like, "I'm done," but I just because a lot of battle rappers say that they say, "I'm done." They get mad, they get frustrated because battles don't happen, or the results of the battles don't happen the way they think, or they don't get the opponent, or just the overall politics. And you hear a lot of rappers say, "I'm done with this shit." Like
and we originally had an entire card for that event, an entire card. It went from an entire card
to
with three
one battle
battles to two
to
to one, and then that didn't happen. And I seen it dwindle. I seen Hank book certain battlers that was supposed to battle on that card that got their deposits to battle on that card to turn that down to battle on another league on a similar card. And I was offered. Well, we're just gonna talk about it. I was offered that exact same opportunity to be on that card, which would have been a way bigger look for me personally at my point in my career. Let's just call it what it is. And I turned it down twice. They tried to do that battle two times, and it was just like at the end of the day, my loyalty is everything. Like I was originally, and I'm a man of my word. I was originally booked for that, and Hank has never done any wrong for me business wise. Neither have really any other leagues. So I'm not saying that as like that,
No,
but it's
you just keeping it is what it is with
yeah,
that.
I seen it. I literally seen it,
Yeah.
and it was just like, man, it's a dirty game, man. It can get messy when it comes to the business of it, and that's the part that I don't miss, you know.
Yeah, shout out to my business partner Hank, man. We was talking earlier today and he loves battle rap. He loves Michigan battle rap. And
Oh yeah.
he really wants to get the battle start to popping back in the cave. And I think he's going to. Now, I might be a reason why it hasn't happened yet, but being a part of Dope Ideas Media, the first thing he said was, "Let's get this league started." And I'm like, "No." Fuck no. I don't want to deal with no battlers. I'm not booking shit. I don't want to hear no politics. I don't want to hear shit from no other league owners saying you can't use my battlers. This is a
Because I
kind
can,
of battle. And nah, man. I said, nah, I don't want
because as a battle rapper, to know how hard it is for me, business wise, I can just imagine how hard it is on the other side.
man. I mean, okay, like a couple years ago, this is before COVID hit. I got with Hank. And I said, you know what, man? Let's do an event at the store. Just me and you. Let's do an event. He said, bet. We came up, and I'm not gonna say the matches because the people will know. We contacted them and
Yep.
we had money in order and deposits. Now Hank usually does free battles, so he hasn't paid battlers. But my way of doing things was like, okay, let's get the battlers some money so we can book them without no problem. So it won't be nobody calling off. Won't be no excuse for not giving an effort. This, that, and other. Let's offer some money, right?
Right.
Had the most difficult time booking people. They'll give you the price, but that doesn't mean anything. You can pay them. You can say I'm gonna give you the money here. This, that, and other. It's still some kind of crap that went along with it. And that was just a one-time experience where I said, you know what? Nope, not doing it.
Never again.
I'm cool. I'll help shoot. I'll be a fan. I can't. Shout out to Dollar. Shout out to Cheatham. Shout out to Smo. Every Battle League,
Everybody.
Sheena,
Yeah.
every Battle League owner. I salute y'all because y'all have a job on y'all hands dealing with battlers. I don't have nothing to say about battlers should negotiate and do what they need to do. It's taxing on them, so I am pro battler. I believe in getting what you if you have to have some kind of fulfillment in doing this kind of thing. So I totally agree. But it's some battlers out there that's just I don't have the patience for. I don't
Yeah.
that,
No.
and that's not a knock against them. Maybe it's me. I just don't have it. So Hank should be starting up something soon. Are you available for hosting? Can we ask that? Can you at least host a joint, man? You was hosting for a second.
That's still on my bucket list. I've never hosted a Hang Nation event. And
Okay.
that's one of the only leagues that's left I haven't hosted on yet.
I mean, that's the thing, man. That's something that you can talk to Hank about, pretty sure. I mean, he would love to have you as a host, and you know what I'm saying? I know he has some stuff on the back burner that he's cooking up. I keep seeing him like it's not Dope Ideas Media. It's Dope Ideas Media and Hank Nation working together. It's all the same.
Right.
But I don't have nothing to do with that. I may be in attendance at the battles. I might be holding the camera, but other than that, nope. I have nothing to do with nothing. I'm just
Said, don't ask me any. Don't inquire to me about anything.
I know I supposed to hang up with them. Like he was like, "Let's do it." Nope.
No, you do it.
Nope. Nah, that's on you, homie. I'm good. I'm good. I'm you know I'm in a good space where I can do stuff like this and be a fan of battle rap. I have a big problem. I'm gonna share this now. If you notice, I go to events. I go to a lot of events. I don't have my camera with me. I don't do interviews at battles because when I go to a battle, I'm wrong. But that's my time though. I want to enjoy a
Right.
battle. I want to have fun. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do these interviews at a battle. I need to. Uh, I see what Bias Vlogging is doing. Shout out to Smith. Smith
Shout out
works.
to Smith.
Smith
Because
works.
he's been talking about that for at least 2 years. And
Oh,
he finally got everything together.
it's to fruition. He's out here working. So
Yeah.
Bias Vlogging is doing it. I can't. I want to just enjoy a battle. There's nothing like a good battle with a good crowd, and I can watch battles all day at home, which is fine, but that energy in a room,
It's nothing like it.
nothing like it. Nothing like it. So I kind of can understand and sympathize when you say that when hearing the crowd, it's like a drug. It's like, yeah, this it used to be really fun at an alpha event. Like I wouldn't miss an alpha event for nothing because for one, Dollar's gonna greet you at the door just about and make you feel like
Man.
you did him a special favor by just showing up. He's very appreciative. Like my first battle, being an older dude going to a battle, and I'm like, I don't know. And I was going to battles dolo, and I was like, I didn't know nobody, but Dollar greeted me,
Right.
like, thank you, and if you need anything, it was like, man, this is beautiful. But same thing with Cheatham, you know what I'm saying? Cheatham open the doors up. TDH, even he greeted
Yeah.
me with open arms. So it's just like ain't nothing like a good event. And you know what I'm saying? So hopefully NBR is trending in the right direction. Bar Wars have had some good events, so don't get it twisted.
Oh
Bar
yeah.
Wars have had the ladies event was dope. The last event they just had was dope. So it's starting to it's there's still life in NBR, and I like to see more. I want to see more.
Absolutely.
Denise with her tournament to battle times, and it's people that really want to battle times, and it's and time's gonna give them the issue when it's time. So,
Hey man, that's what I respect about times. No matter who in front of him, he gonna give you times.
would you come back to battle times?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, we talked off camera. There's a short, and I mean a short list of offers that you would take to come back to battle. Remember talking
Yes.
about that?
Yeah.
Can you share that list, or we're gonna leave it alone?
I'll say this. I'm at the point in my career. I've been a part of NBR for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I believe last time I checked, it was like 15 battles that I've had. If I never battle again, I'm proud of what I accomplished at NBR. I feel like I have made a step in NBR because even when Mitch had that long ass like post in the group where he was just reminiscing on to where he started in battle rap to today, and to see my name getting mentioned, and for me to take a step back and to realize like, damn, there is a chapter in the story of Michigan battle rap that I'm a part of. Like nothing, and anybody, nobody can take that away from me. So with that said, there's at this point, for me to come back, it has to be battles that I would have fun with. Like I feel like that's the big thing that's missing in battle rap right now is that everybody is just battling whoever, just to get notoriety and just to get their name out there, but they're forgetting to actually just enjoy it and have fun with it. I said at the event I would come back to battle KJ. Me and KJ has been going back and forth ever since I started. The story writes itself. He's from Beecher. I'm from Buena Vista. Like the story writes itself. I would come back to battle one of these up and comers, Troy, NSCJP, Breezy Will, just because now I've realized I finally earned the right to call myself a veteran in NBR, and that now I'm actually in a position to where I can pass down things to these new guys, and they're super fucking talented. And then personally for me, I would come back for a 3-round battle against Chili, and we run it back in Flint.
Hey man, hold on, wait a minute. Now,
run it back.
That ain't the Chili you battled back a couple years ago, bro.
No, it's not. But that's what excites me though, because he took off right after that, and
Man,
he is the hardest working man in NBR to me.
Chili he's turned the page. Like you could see him getting better and better, and it's like, man, I don't know if too many people want that smoke.
And then it was, like I said, I will always say that's my favorite battle. That's still today my favorite battle. It's the most fun I've ever had
Mm-hmm.
as far as writing the material, doing the promo. We did ASG Radio to promo that, but I had so much fun with that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I came in his backyard. I would run it back. He'd come to my backyard for 3 rounds. I would definitely come back for that.
You know what's crazy though? And I hate to say it, but I don't see Chili locking anything around here unless it's for some, it's gotta be. Not saying he wouldn't battle you. I'm just saying like Chili is across
But
he's across state lines with it. He's going out, he's battling in New York, Florida, now he got a crucible.
And that's the thing. He's earned that right to be able to make that decision for himself. He's worked his ass off.
For sure. You got a lot of like I hate to keep bringing them up, but like this weekend you had Mitch battling on Gates of the Garden.
Yep.
You had Prime. You had I don't know I know Nova and Chili. I think they battled on iBattle. But
I think didn't Ray Dale battle as well?
Ray Dale. Sorry, Ray Dale. Yeah. Yep. All of them, a lot of them were, and they're battling on these platforms that are not in Michigan. And it's like, these are big platforms outside of Michigan. Like iBattle is pretty big. That's a pretty big deal. Along with Gates of the Garden. So they're touching stages, you know what I'm saying? And that's what's motivating for me. Like I see a lot of potential in Michigan battle rap. They could be doing the same thing. Outside of that crew right there, they could, a lot of the battlers could be doing the same thing. Like there's a Crucible coming up, and Times is on it, Chili's on it, Zeke's on it, Ray Dale's on it. And if you watch them talk about it, they're not going down there as is I-96 and Times or me versus you. They're going down there as Michigan. We are
as
together.
NBR, yeah.
I love that. I freaking love that. And
that's how it always should have been from the beginning.
Glove up. That's what it's supposed to be. Glove up. Now, if you could change one thing about NBR right now, if you can just step in the door and change one thing right now, or you can name a couple things, what would you change?
Damn, that's a great question. I would like to see the thing that I would change. I would implement some type of farm system. I think that's the biggest thing that we've been missing in NBR for the longest. And I've said this in many interviews before. GN3 and the new class still to this day is still the last like official rookie classes in NBR. And that was 5 years ago.
Yeah,
now,
I mean,
granted, we've had, you know what I'm saying, new names pop out after that, but it was just by chance. I think we need to establish like some type of farm system to bring in newer talent, to bring in more interest from not only new talent but just new fans. I think that's the another big thing that really needs to be figured out. We have to figure something out to appeal what we do to the outside, to those who aren't privy to battle rap. I mean, it's great that we can fill up these buildings with you know, dozens of people, but it's the same dozens of people. We're on a hamster wheel at that point, but it's just visually, if we see that the building is full, it's fulfilling. But when we really peel it back and like analyze it, it's, those are the two biggest things I would say, though, for sure.
I think those things are happening. It's just not happening at at the rate we like to see it. Shout
Yeah,
out to Bar Wars has tryouts and they're trying to incorporate that. I think their first effort towards the title match is Clax versus Stackboy Chuck. Before this card came out, they had another card that wa- that was originally planned, and it had a bunch of new people on the card. So
got it.
they're trying, and I know Denise Phelps tries to implement a farm system. Like for me, with remember the new class, she had TNC.
Yeah.
I think Nova was a part of that class. I believe. I don't want
No,
to.
Nova
He
was
was
after.
before. No.
Nova,
We interviewed Nova in 2019. Was that before TNC?
that was after TNC. TNC is 2018. That's like
Okay.
August 2018.
My fault, Nova.
Yeah.
Um, but there was Stubbs. There was a couple other people, but
Stubbs, AOKO, King,
AOKO.
Mello, Rex.
So there
Yeah.
was a uh, they're trying to get the newer talent in. However, for me, and this is just my opinion, there's not enough casual fans here in Michigan. If you go to a battle rap event, you'll see mostly battlers in the audience.
Right.
So there needs to be more casual fans generated. Once you have more and it may be because it may be simply demographics. It could be just the fact that we're in Michigan. Because I know if we was in New York City, there'd be battlers around the corner standing in line, trying to get in. You know what I mean?
Right.
Trying to get on. So it could be demographics. It could be a number of things. I don't know why, but I think what NBR lacks is the amount of casual fans that you'll find. There's not many people like myself that is not a battler that's going to see battles. It's just not enough. So I think to push the culture forward, the marketing, the business, that part, the rollouts, the advertising needs to step up because I'm
Agreed.
pretty sure there's a lot of young fellas that's out here trying to rap that would try battle rap.
Yeah.
So, but before we get out of here, I want you to, sum up what's been going on in your mind as far as battle rap. Any plans that you have? Anything that you are? Any ventures that you're doing? I know you got some. We talked earlier. I want to let you say what you got going on. What does Klever got going on? And anything you have to say to the people before we get up out of here?
First and foremost, shout out to you, June. Shout out to ASG Radio, Dope Ideas Media. Y'all are family to me, man. So feels real good just to, be back and just kick the shit. I am, but yeah, I'm working on a podcast. I will be launching a podcast sometime this year, probably within the next month or so. Uh, a lot of people know that I'm very over opinionated when it comes to music, and a lot of my opinions on music becomes the topic of conversation because they end up being very controversial. So yeah, I finally decided I'm gonna do something with that. We're still working on, coming up with a name and concepts of it, but I will be.
Now, will this be a visual podcast or will it be what we talk?
We're just gonna do just audio, going through all streaming services to start off with, but it might grow into videos later on down the
And see,
line.
that's what we need. We need more audio stuff, like because some people work and they can't watch, or they riding to work. This is some stuff you can just play. Press play and clean your house, or cook and listen, or you know what I'm saying. So I like audio podcasts. So I think visual is good, but there's certain times where you can't watch, but you can listen. So
Right.
I think those are dope, man. So shout out to you. Just keep me posted so I can share and watch. There's some platforms out there, and we talked about it, where you're gonna pull this off, and it could be dope, man. So keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep being a fan. Don't disappear totally, man. Me and you talk every day. I'm just
Oh
talking about.
yeah, man.
So just keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm proud of you, man. You're a homeowner now. You got your life together. You moved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Another thing, like, you moved from this area back to Flint. So
Yep.
it's it's different.
It's full circle, man. It's full circle.
So we're gonna get out of here, man. I thank you for your time, Cleve. I mean, it was a pleasure. I love doing these interviews, man, and I appreciate you. You didn't have to do it, but I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come and have a conversation with me. We'll talk more. I'll have you back because you know what I'm saying. We talk so much anyway. So.
Oh yeah. I'll definitely be back. This is fun.
All right, man. Yeah, I thank everybody out there for watching, and y'all have a great day. Peace.
Yeah, ASG radio, turn your shit on. I'm pissed off. Blick on me, don't get your diss on. If he get out his body, that'll get him picked off. So elevate from it and watch him lift off.